Hola. A lot of people were worried that it wasn't working. I haven't looked in the mirror this morning. Hola, ¿cómo están, clase? Trying to get some música while I'm waiting for a few people to get in. I've already gotten a lot of messages on Remind, people saying that it's not working, but it's because I did not automatically open it because I didn't want to have all this time waiting for the video to load and for the Peravic to load. But to all of you saying it's not working, thank you so much for hopping in right away. Excelente, excelente. I'm proud of you. Feliz dia. Do I sound tired? I feel like I sound tired, but as you are waiting to get started, you'll see that if you're in the Peravic, it says take a few minutes to read through the comic, and then there will be a question that comes up momentarily. So go ahead in the Peravic, click the link, and read through the comic. I'm going to see if I can get some música. I don't know what is wrong with my Pandora. Qué malo, ¿eh? Qué malo. All right, those of you getting on, I am talking. So hopefully it's working. It went from like 25 to 15 because you guys thought it wasn't working. Feel free to write into the live chat. I've made the messages visible. I'm going to go ahead and put the link to the Peravic here as well. Twenty-six personas. Normally we have about 40. This is a little bit lower, but it's okay. I know it's another snow day and y'all are sick of snow days. Plus, you know you have a prueba de vocabulario mañana. Those of you who stick with us, you will see some hints about what is on your prueba de vocabulario. You got about 3 minutos más to keep reading through that comic, and then I will open up with our first question. Thank you. Can everyone hear me? Estamos bien. Testing, testing. Let's see if I can make it a little bit louder. How about now? How about now? Hopefully it's okay. It says that it's only like at one dot whenever I talk, but it's okay. Okay, vamos a empezar. I'm going to go ahead and click to the next slide. Go ahead and take 3 minutos to respond. What is the difference in English between Hispanic and Latino? I already got one person who's already responded. 6 personas. Screen's going to lock in 3 minutos. All right. I wish I could have música while you guys are typing your answers, you know. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles in the world of tecnología. Some of you have finished up, I see. Some of y'all are struggling with the YouTube video. I got 32 in now, so whoever it works for is who it works for, okay? All right, you got about un minuto más. One thing I'm gonna describe for some of you is that if you say Spanish, that is referring to people from Spain. So don't even worry about saying Hispanic when you're talking to people from Spain. Normally, people from Spain will be referred to as Spanish, okay? We know that Spanish is a language and also people from Spain, okay? Just gonna let people finish up. I got some people who got in kind of late that are answering this question. They didn't see the comic, but they can go back and look at it later. I got the música, y'all. Can't believe we had a snow day. I can't believe we had a snow day. I mean, that's not that bad. All right, that timer, I know that we have a delay between those of you who are typing and me who set the timer. Who is calling me? Hello? See, never trust a telemarketer that starts with do not hang up. No, man, you playing. Anyways, chicos, we're going to go ahead and continue. Those of you who came in late, we just read a comic strip on this slide. So go ahead and take a second to click that link if you did not get to click it because you were late to our YouTube video. 3, 2, 1, y. And then we asked, what is the difference between Hispanic and Latino? So Hispanic, you can see the root of the word is, whereas Latino, this it refers to the countries, including the Caribbean, that are in Latin America. So you have countries like Haiti, where they speak Francés, that will be considered Latino, but they're not considered Hispanic because they don't speak Espanol. This is very, very importante. Whenever you're talking to someone that is from Latin America, I recommend referring to them as Latino and not Hispanic, because also the word Hispanic, for some people, it has slurs coming out of it. And so it is not always the safe word to call people. Okay, crédito extra. So based on the comic strip that you guys saw, if you turn in your own comic strip in order to explain something about your identidad that people often mess up, it needs to be in Espanol. And if you turn that in tomorrow, you will get crédito extra. Okay, so once again, you will draw a comic strip. I'm not going to tell you how many boxes or anything like that. And if you turn that in tomorrow before you take your prueba, that will be crédito extra, possibly towards your prueba. I haven't decided yet. Okay, this could be anything like, for me, people, when I go to the Dominican Republic, oftentimes think I'm Dominican or Haitian. So I might do a comic strip in Espanol about people confusing. Another thing is that when I tell people I'm African American, they're like, oh, are you from Africa? I'm like, well, actually, I have dual citizenship. So I might do a comic strip about what it's like being Nigerian and American. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. You don't need to type in this slide. Okay, ahora, because you've tuned into our YouTube video live stream, you get the opportunity to work with me. I'm going to give you a preview of the first grammar lesson that you're going to learn in la clase de español para lección 6. This is very, very important because it's talking about two verbos that mean to know in español. Oftentimes, people from the United States mix this up. And so because you tuned in, you're going to get an extra practice before I teach a whole group to the class. There will be periodic slides where you'll be able to ask me questions. And also, if you look at the YouTube video, especially if you're doing it from your laptop, you'll see on the right, there's a live chat where you can actually type in questions on the side and I'll see those live. Much faster than Remind because it's really hard for me to click through Remind while I'm on a YouTube video and Peratic. All right, let's go. So in Espanol, there are dos verbos that mean to know. These verbos are saber y conocer. As you're watching this video, it's really important for you to take the opportunity to repeat the words with me. So repitan saber, conocer. These words both mean to know, but they're not used the same way. Okay. Now I want you to take a moment to go ahead and type or write down, however you're taking your notes, these words. You have sé, sabes, sabe. Sabemos, sabes, saben. I'm gonna go ahead and get my charger because my laptop's gonna die. All right, now go ahead and write down the other side if you haven't done so already. You have conocer, that's conozco, conoces, conoce, conocemos, conocéis, conocen. Now notice that the yo for both saber and conocer are both irregular. Also, I'd like to point out that if you're from la República Dominicana, you would not say conozco. Oftentimes they say conozco. If they eat the Z, conozco. If you are from España, sometimes there's that conozco. So there's conozco, that TH, that lisp right in the middle. So oftentimes you can figure out where people are from based on how they say that word. Conozco, la República Dominicana. Conozco España. España. All right, gonna go ahead and continue. So when we're talking about saber, that means you, one, know a fact or piece of information, or you, two, know how to do something. So if you look at these ejemplos, no sé tu número de teléfono. Mi hermana sabe hablar francés. And the second one, you can see it's talking about knowing how to speak French, so you use saber. Notice that you did not put the word how, como. One of the biggest mistakes people will make is that they'll say, mi hermana sabe cómo hablar francés. You do not write como. It's just mi hermana sabe hablar francés. My sister knows how to speak French. You do not write the Spanish word for how. This is also one of the flags how I know people are cheating, is because sometimes if you type that into Google Translate, they will give you the word como, even though that is not correct grammatically. When we're talking about conocer, that means you know or you are familiar or acquainted with either a person, place, or thing. That's normally a noun, okay? So that's why when you meet Spanish speakers and they say, oh, I know Kansas City, in order to say I've been to Kansas City, they will use conocer because it means to know. Even though in English, we'll say like, I'm familiar with Kansas City, or I've been to City, or I'm with Kansas City, or with a person. So, for example, we have ¿conoces la ciudad de Nueva York? No conozco a tu amigo Esteban. So when I say conoce la ciudad de New York, in English, we wouldn't really say, do you know New York City? We'd say like, have you been to New York City? Or are you familiar with New York City? But in Espanol, it translates to do you know New York City? For the second one, no conozco a tu amigo Esteban. Even though it's someone you don't know, because it's a person, you will use conocer rather than saber. So here's a quick review. Fact, or how to do something, saber. To know a person or familiar with a person, place, or thing, conocer. If you can make a T-chart and distinguish those two things, this will be really, really easy. So easy, in fact, that we will not spend a lot of time on this. All right, so this is where it gets kind of funky. So when the direct object, remember we talked about objetos directos in our last lección of conocer, is a person or pet, the personal a is used. So if you think back to gustar or verbos como gustar, you will remember that we had the personal a. So instead of saying like, to say profe likes to run, you would say a profe le gusta correr, which I'm not going to take off my jacket because I'm hot. A profe le gusta correr. So in the same way, if I want to say, do you know Celia Cruz? That's a person. So I'm going to say, conoces, do you know, a Celia Cruz. That's one of my favorite singers. She's from Cuba. She's one of our Black History Month people. Okay. If I wanted to say, do you know a place or have you been to a place? I'm going to say, conoces La Habana, but I'm not going to put an a because it's a place. If I wanted to say, like, do you know my dog or have you met my dog? Or are you familiar with my dog? I'm going to say, conoces a mi perra Pimienta? Do you know my dog Pimienta? Okay, let's keep going. So now, we're going to do a succession of questions where you're going to take the star on your laptop on Peradec and you're going to drag it to either saber or conocer based on the phrase that you see. So let's try número uno. So you're going to choose the verbo correcto. You should have the ability to take that estrellita and drag it to either saber or conocer. To know how to play a sport. As usual, this is timed. You got 30 segundos. Remember, there will be a delay, so hustle, hustle. I see there's about 10 personas más. If you ever leave this, let me know you're leaving so I don't wait for you to respond. I got 26 personas that have answered out of 35. Some people just want to get access to the PowerPoint, which does not get you any crédito. All right, so I see it's frozen and some of you were not able to answer. So I'm gonna go ahead and look real quick and see who those people are. Perhaps I'll send you a message. Let's see here. People who were not able to answer. So I got Elena, Sofia, Dan, Finn, Alicia, Sierra, Sara. Those are the ones I want to able to get you to answer. Remember, you're going to need to be a little bit quicker. So let's look now. I had about, this is crazy. Decent amount of people. It seems to be about 50-50, honestly, between saber y conocer. Are you guys able to see when I pull up the responses? I don't think so. So when you talk about to know how to do something, remember that's saber. That's straight from your notes. If you did not take notes or you're really late getting to this, whenever we talk about a fact or how to do something, it will be saber. If you're talking about a place or to be familiar with something or a person, conocer. Simply as that. If you don't see a person or a place, you're not going to put conocer. To know how to speak a language, you got less time. I'm going to give you 10 segundos. Cinco segundos. So I'm seeing it stopping at, okay, a little few more people were able to get in there. Nope, it looks like, yes. Cinco más, cuatro. It's taking you a little bit longer. People that just tried to get the Pear code but are not with us. I'm going to go ahead and keep moving. I'm not going to wait on you. All right, as I look, for some reason, some people are still putting conocer. I don't know why. It talks about how to do something. Normally, if you see the word how, that is your indicator. That is saber. Pay attention to this, guys. All right. So to know how to speak a language, saber hablar un idioma. Remember, to say how, you're not going to conjugate that word. You're just going to use saber. You're not going to say saber como. That's bad grammar. To know Jamie Foxx. See some people jumping in there real fast. I'm able to see the order in which people get in. So there might be more points allocated for getting the right answer and doing it quicker. Starting to figure things out. Saber or really dark. It looks dark. All right. I'm going to go ahead and keep moving. I'm seeing the same cuatro personas. I'm going to lock those screens are not with us. So I'm going to pull you up so I can see who you are real quick. All right. To know where someone lives. Oh, I didn't say the answer. It's conocer. Sorry. Go ahead. To know where someone lives. This one's hard, by the way. It is a tricky one, so you have to think through it. The question that you should be asking is this a fact, or is it saying that you're familiar with a place? That's how you choose. Is it a fact, or are you saying you're familiar with a place? I'm gonna lock those responses. All right. Oof, I got two people who are sitting in the middle. Two people who are just chilling in the middle. Okay. Elena and Fiend, I see both of y'all. So I got a lot of people who, because it said a place, you put it on Conocer. However, that is not the right answer. So shout out to those of you who did get that right, because it was very difficult. It is a fact to know where someone lives. So shout out to got Abby, Adam, Ebony, a few more in here that are hidden under that I can't see. But well done. Well done. Okay. So the reason why it is saber and not conocer is because you're saying you know where someone lives as a fact. Now, if I say I know and then it's a place, like if I was like, I know or I'm familiar with Kansas City versus I know where Kansas City is. If I say I know where something is, that becomes a fact. If I say I know a place, as in I've been familiar with a place, it's not a fact. You're going to use conocer. Okay. So another indicator is when you're like, I know where, blah, 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 blah. Where is that word that's going to let you know that it's saber? Okay. Don't be discouraged. We're going to get some more práctica. Uh-oh. To know the Kansas City Plaza area. To know the Kansas City Plaza area. Please avoid being in the middle because you don't really get puntos for being in the middle during this video. I should put some music on while I'm waiting for y'all to do your thing. All right. The countless of you that put it on conocer, excelente, well done. If I said I know where the plaza is, that would be saber. But because I said I know the plaza area, I'm familiar with the plaza area, that is conocer. It's a place. Well done. Muy bien if you got that right. To some of you who got that wrong, do not stress out. Stay with me. This is a complex topic, but you will get the hang of it. I noticed someone's stars in the top right left corner. I don't know if that means it's not working, Sophia. I think that's you. There's a lot of Sophias, but you know who you are. Let me know if it's just not working, okay? Let's keep going. So now you're going to fill in the blank with the correct conjugation of saber or conocer. So not only are you going to need to know to use saber or conocer? You're also going to need to know the conjugations. If you did not write down those conjugations or you came late to the video, remember the conjugations are sé, sabes, sabe, sabemos, sabéis, saben. That means to know a fact or to know how to do something. Then we have conocer. Conozco, conoces, conoce, conocemos, conocéis, conocen. That means to know or to be familiar with a place, person, or thing. All right, let's go ahead. So you should have the ability on this slide to type. The way that I want you to type is I want you to look at the saber side, and you're literally just going to type what goes in the blank, and then you're going to put a comma, and then you're going to look at the conocer side and type what goes in the blank. We're looking at numero dos, but let me go over the examples, so don't hurry to answer so you can hear what I'm saying. So I looked at numero uno on the saber side, it says, I'm gonna lock it so you guys can't type anymore. Okay, oops. It says, Jose no blank la hora. So it's talking about not knowing the time, which would be a fact. It's not a person, place, or thing. So I'm going to use saber. And my subject is Jose, which is él. So it's a regular ER except for the yo. So I know that ERs end in E. I drop the ER like it's hot and I replace it with an E. Saber becomes sabe. When I look at the conocer side, I have usted y yo. It's someone else and I, which means it's nosotros. And the reason why it's conocer is because it's a place. So it says, usted y yo conocemos bien Miami, which is saying you and I, you formal and I know Miami well, or the Miami area well. Okay, so now I'm going to unlock. I'm going to give you un minuto to go ahead and respond. Where's my música? It's about to go out for those of you who have a delay. All right. So those of you who want to know the correct answer, the one on the side that says saber is sabemos. Sara y yo sabemos jugar al tenis. On the conocer side, número 2, tú conoces a mi amigo Manuel. Notice that it has the personal a because you're talking about a person, okay? Tú conoces a mi amigo Manuel. Notice the personal a because you're talking about a persona. All right, let's do the next one. Yeah, un minuto for this one, even though it's only one. You have to choose between saber y conocer and then correctly conjugate. Let me see if I can get some paper because I know some of you like it when I write it down. I need to start bringing a marker board home for real. You got about 10 segundos. All right, I do believe the screens are locked. Let me look at some of these responses before I answer. Got a lot of correct answers. So first of all, as you're thinking about this question, when this shows up on a grammar quiz next week, it will be combined with a few different grammar topics, one of them being saber y conocer. So next week, when you fill in the blank, the first thing you're going to want to do is circle the sujeto, okay? Also, when you're looking at the question, you will see that it talks about information because it's talking about verbs, okay? Not a person, place, or a thing. So you automatically know it's going to be saber, knowing a piece of information. Okay, so when you take saber, you're going to drop the ER like it's hot, and based on the subject, which is tú, you're going to make it end in an ES. Remember, I'm going to write this down. Remember your regular ER endings. Remember it's irregular for yo, then it's es, hemos, ace, en. I'm going to do this so you can see it. Can you see this in the camera? Okay, so the correct answer is sabes, because you're going to take the ER on saber, drop it like it's hot, conjugate it for tú. Sabes. Okay, if you're still struggling with regular conjugations, this is going to be really, really hard for you, which means that you just got to either contact me for a tutorial, personal tutorial, okay, or I can send you some resources to practice your regular conjugations. Okay, vamos a continuar. Yo blank, ¿a qué hora es la clase? Yo blank, ¿a qué hora es la clase? All right. Screens are going to lock in about 5 segundos, those of you finishing up. Do not be deceived and think just because it says that it's going to be conocer. All right. Now, I've got somebody who put sabo. Let me see who you are. You missed all the conjugations if you put sabo. Ay, ay, ay. I see who you are. Not sure why you put sabo. Maybe you missed the first. A couple people put that. Sabo does not exist. It's like the worst thing you could ever do or say in Espanol is say sabo. It's kind of like if you said I knowed instead of I knew, like it's like if someone says I knowed the answer. Yeah, I knowed it. People will look at you and be like, whoa, that's how it is when you say sabo. So the plus side is you did correctly say saber. So I'm going to show you my notes on how I process this. This is kind of how you should process it. We're looking at the bottom part of my notes. So you'll see that I said, one, I know it's a fact because I said I know at what time. I know a fact, and it's normally about time. Normally when it talks about time, that's an indicator that it's saber. Keep writing this down in your notes. It's a fact, so it's saber. Then I looked for the subject. A lot of people, whether you put saber or conocer, you knew that the subject was yo, but notice that it says subject is yo, it's irregular for saber, so it becomes se with the tilde. If you leave out the tilde, that will be a wrong answer, okay? If you leave off the tilde, it will be a wrong answer. It won't be half credit, it will be completely wrong. Let's keep going for some of you who are figuring this out. All right, so this is the slide where I ask you if you have any preguntas. I'm gonna give you un minuto to let me know if you have any preguntas and I'll answer those before we keep going. First people to respond were no's. Yes, okay. Oh, and deleted. Okay, there's someone else. I got a couple of people letting me know what their questions are, so give me a second. If you missed the first part on the conjugations of saber, what I'll do is I will go all the way back real quick and allow you to take a screenshot. The fastest way to take a screenshot is by clicking print screen on your laptop on the keyboard. If you're doing this on your cell phone, you can just swipe it or however you screenshot. It's the same as an ER conjugation. The only irregular ones are se, and for conocer is conozco. So I'll just show you that part. Conozco. So you look here. These are the irregular yos, the rest of the regular. Let's see if there's any other questions about people who, okay. Yep, SIP tool, you're right, you're right. Okay, so people are making this a little bit more complicated than it is. No, saber is not for verbs necessarily. Conocer is not always for nouns. Biggest thing is if you know a fact, or you know how to do something. So yes, that part's for verbs. Fact is not necessarily a verb. So if you know a fact or how to do something. So if I wanted to say, I know how many children Obama has, that would be a fact, even though it's a person. Okay? So if you talk about a fact or how to do something, that's saber. If you're talking about knowing or being familiar with a place, person, or thing, that is conocer. That's it. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Nosotras blank una playa hermosa. You have to remember what playa is. Playa. Okay. Once you know what that is, you will know if it's saber or conocer. You got 30 seconds because now this is like the third or fourth practice. Is it a fact or is it a place? Okay. Whoever, somebody knew I was talking to them because they went back and changed it. Thank you, thank you. Is it a fact or is it a place? We got one person who has it wrong, two people have it wrong. Check your spelling, people. Check your spelling. Conocer is an ER. There should be no A. Oh my goodness. All right. So if you're still getting ER verbs like an AR, please, please, please contact me because there's a lot of work that needs to be done. So if you put nosotras, knowing that playa means beach, we know that is a place, so you're automatically going to put conocer. Aren't you glad you're getting a preview before jumping into class and doing this? Because I haven't even taught the lesson yet, guys, so well done. So nosotros blank una playa hermosa. I know playa is a place, so I'm going to automatically know it's conocer. Now my subject is nosotras, nosotras. As I think of the chart, I know it is this part of the chart. Right here where the star is, nosotras. So I know it's an ER, so I'm gonna write the first part, conos, and then I'm gonna drop the ER like it's hot and put hemos. So then I know I put nosotras conocemos. Okay, excellent, you got that right. This video is almost over because I'm really sleepy. All right, next part. Yo blank muy bien el centro. El centro. So the question you're asking, is this a fact? Is it how to do something? Is it a person? Is it a place? El centro. El centro. Those of you who are struggling, centro is downtown area. Saber o conocer. Is it a fact or is it a place? Screens are locking in 3, 2, 1 y 0. All right. If you thought knowing an area was a fact versus a place, I don't know what to tell you, but it's a place. Downtown, centro, downtown. So because it's a place, you're going to put conozco. Conozco. So you'll see that right here. Conozco. Nice job, those of you who spelled the irregulars correctly and didn't put no, conozco, even though some Dominicans will say conozco, but there is a zeta. Remember when you're pronouncing this in class, it's conozco, con zeta. The Z, it's not conozco, it's conozco. Conozco. All right, we're gonna keep going. This is the last one, I believe, in our práctica. Usted no blank donde vivo. Remember, donde means where. Usted no blank donde vivo. Remember, vivo is I live. So this would translate to you formal, do not know where I live. All right, so here's the correct answer. I'm gonna lock the screen. I think I lost some people. Okay. The where tells you it's a fact. If you see donde in a sentence and you're trying to choose between saber y conocer, my connection's unstable. Sorry, guys. That means it's a fact. Saber. Okay, so now that we know that saber, we're going to take the ER, drop it like it's hot. Because it's usted, remember the subject chart, yo, tú, él, ella, usted share the same circle. So you're going to drop the ER like it's hot. O, es, a is going to be your ending. So saber becomes sabe. Okay. This is backwards when I look at my screen, but last time y'all told me it wasn't going to be backwards, so we're good. All right, so go ahead and ask me if there's anything that you'd like to review. You got 30 seconds. You want to keep moving, go ahead and put no, yes, I need more practice and explanation. I'm waiting for everyone to answer so that we can keep moving. That's weird that the gracias is like a link. All right, screens are going to lock in a couple seconds. More help. Blake. All right, for those of you who said you need more help, I just wrote your names down. Okay? Everyone else, gracias, gracias. All right, so I wrote your names down. So if you need more practice, go ahead and click this link. It's a video that you'll be able to watch to get more practice because I knew that some people might say they needed more práctica. So go ahead and click that link. I'm going to switch slides in 3, 2, 1 y 0. All right, so prueba mañana. So there are 3 partes importantes. One is clasificar, another one is asociaciones, the last one is completar. So during this, you will have to list on the clasificar section, you have to list what type of clothing you would wear in different weather. During the asociaciones, you have to write a color that you would associate with different items. And then during completar, you will fill in the blank with the correct, it says work, perdón, the correct word to complete the sentence. Just like what we just did, it's not over saber y conocer, it is just over your clothing vocabulary. So this is how you can study. I gave you a link to the Quizlet. Go ahead and click that so you have it open. Spelling matters, so I recommend when you go in the Quizlet that you go to the spell option or write option so you can practice writing and spelling. It is not all multiple choice, but there is like a box that you can use in, I think, one of the sections, okay? And then also what you can do is look at your lista de vocabulario, practice creating your own sentences using the vocabulario. You might want to review weather like hace calor, hace frío, hace fresco, llueve, está nevando, etc. Also review the seasons like en el verano, en el invierno, en el otoño, en la primavera. So that way you can say in each of these seasons or in each of these weathers, this is what I wear. Okay. Are there any preguntas or anything that you need me to review or questions that you have about your prueba? You have 30 seconds. Stay tuned so I can ask you the last question. Okay. Normally I look at if you were in there in the first question and the last question. That's how I determine crédito extra. So you want to make sure you wait until I end the periodic before you click out. So those of you who just get in the periodic and then you click out real quick, that's not going to help you. Okay. As far as puntos extras. It will give you the extra information though. It's about to close. I'll give you a little bit more time. Someone said the Quizlet link was not working. I do believe you'll just have to click the link at the bottom so I can go back. Someone just said I need to study. I got you. Well, we have a speaking part. There will not be a speaking part yet. Gone during my class. Wonderful question. Yes, we learned something important yesterday. You're going to need to talk to your compañero to find out what their notes are over. We did a huge review over Black History Month. You will need to know both sides of your lista de vocabulario. Whoever asked for the Quizlet link, I will send it to you personally. It won't go over mine. All right, and I'll give you the link to my actual class for Español 2. Okay, go ahead and give me a grade. I do believe this is the last slide. As soon as you're done, you can click out. Screens will lock in 1 minuto. Gracias.